Aman, 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 yeah, yeah.
Good afternoon, Holly. Holly, good afternoon. It's Grant. I'm standing right in the middle of Marrakech on a beautiful day in November. We're in the historic centre of the city, in the middle of Jemaa el Fna, and well, we currently stopped hearing all the drums and the acrobats and that sort of thing. But it's a beautiful day. This is kind of why most people sort of come to Marrakech. They like the mystery of the place. It's quite unusual and unique. It's year-round sun. It's got lots of mystery. It's a beautiful crossroads between the Arab world, Africa and Europe. And as you can see, you're going to get the sun day in, day out. And let's show you a bit of Marrakech. The reedy pipes. Get the snakes going up and down. Snake charming, that's what it is. It's maybe quite quiet because it's 12 o'clock. It's around 12 o'clock, so people are in the mosque. This is all in the old city of Marrakech and the Medina. And all the riads that people are kind of being drawn to Marrakech for, they're dotted around in these alleyways off these wonderfully vibrant little streets. Single form of transport down here. It's slightly unusual. Horses, donkeys, motorbikes. What's your impression of all of this? Cosy warm slippers.
Oh, lovely.
Last time I was here, Dylan knocked over this entire thing and the doors went absolutely everywhere.
That is funny.
Everywhere, every street is going to be like this. It's all about these beautiful old houses which are hidden behind these mysterious facades. You have absolutely no idea who's living behind them, what the houses are like, and they're beautiful, they're like works of art. This area is quite smart, so you've got quite a few big names around here, but you know, there's a place and a budget for everyone in Marrakech, which is interesting. And you've got £50,000 to buy a house, you can get something totally unique. Or if you've got 2 million, you know, there's you know, something available for every single budget, which is, you know, quite special about it. And you know, there are not many places you could come to, and it kind of accommodates whoever you are, whoever your tastes are. You know, you're in the main going to knock down the derelict riad or a tumble down riad and then remodel it entirely to your own kind of specification of taste, so it becomes a unique expression of who you are and your personality, and I think that's quite unusual. You know, you're remaking the entire house, you know, to how you want it to be, which is great. This is a really lovely old house. For example, of what an old riad would look like. It's a very sellable house. So let's see what you think. There goes the mosque. The actual structure of the walls is sound here, so you can keep most of this building. The terrace, the balcony and the first floor would need replacing, but actually the walls, if they had extra structural support for them, could be maintained, and you could keep and restore the house as it is in the same layout and the same aesthetic. So this is quite unusual. You know, normally you just tear the whole thing down and rebuild a new house with modern plumbing, modern electricity. You know, the concrete house with a proper structural framework, all that sort of thing. But this would be slightly different. It would be less work. It would be quite intricate, detailed work, and you can kind of imagine. It doesn't take much to imagine, you know, what this would look like if it was spruced up and beautified. And you know, clients won't walk into this house and just look at a blank bit of space. This is something that's easy to envisage, and you know, would make a lovely 5-6 bedroom house. are not in the best of condition, but you can really see.
Nice blue sky. How much would it cost to buy this place?
This is about £120,000. I don't know what that is in dollars.
And then how much do you think it cost to do it up?
£70,000 to renovate this, I mean to restore it, which is very, very reasonable.
Is this like for the less pricey ones, or a medium range?
I mean, the actual price tag is was a medium-sized house in a very smart area. The key is buying things at local prices with local Moroccan-speaking agents, and not getting sucked into the tourist property market. One of the interesting things about doing a project is effectively finding things for clients, so you take a lot of the stress out of the whole buying process, involving clients in the design aspects and that sort of thing, and the actual build process, so they have the fun side of the whole project, and that's what's important for me. Restored Riad rather than having been completely rebuilt. So they've retained a lot of the old features. It's quite a large, grand Riad. But it's been done beautifully well. I mean, normally the woodwork and the plasterwork won't have aged very well, so it's almost worth replacing it entirely. But here they've kept the structure intact and just really very gently touched it up. I mean, you can see how worn away it is, and they've decided to kind of keep it and just very gently touch it up, which I think actually works very well here. You can see the charm of the light. The light's going to change all day and play with shadows and stuff in the house, and it makes quite interesting fluid space. It's not that modern and chic, which a lot of houses now are, but it's just, you know, quite gentle and sympathetic, soft. Hasn't been overly decorated, but just the house itself is what makes Marrakech so nice. You know, it's the features, the charm of the place, the ambience, and that's what people are going to fall in love with here. They come, just the tranquility of the houses. You know, the beautiful textures, the finishing, the fabrics of them. You know, it's so beautifully made and crafted that you know, that's its charm. That's what people kind of fall for. What effectively I do is offer a comprehensive package for English-speaking clients, English clients who fall in love with Marrakech, and you know, I try and make the whole market more accessible for them. So, you know, effectively I'm sourcing houses at local prices, which, you know, something I'm very fond of doing, helping people throughout the whole buying process, helping, you know, holding their hands, ensuring that the whole process is undertaken correctly, and then for me the design aspect of remodelling houses, because most in the main are demolished and rebuilt. You know, it's a fascinating process, and then obviously having being in a position to realise, you know, personally be on site and realise those designs. You know, that's exciting. You know, it's effectively recreating something in these beautiful old houses. You know, it's a very nice position to be in, and it's me contributing in a small way to the place I live. You know, I'm married to Moroccan. I'm, you know, deeply attached to this place. My family's sort of half Moroccan. They're all at school here. You know, it's somewhere it's nice to be a part of and involved in, and you know, that's quite special. And I don't think there are many things that would give me that much of a buzz. And you know, designing the houses themselves and the design aspect, you know, it's beautiful. You know, beautiful things to work with, and I think the results are, you know, special, really special.
Oh, it's lovely.
Is that a wrap?